Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday. It's a very beautiful morning. Um, Today, I don't think I'll be looking at anyone. I'm hoping not, because today I'm talking about Father Time and my relationship with Father Time. It's been a long relationship, in different ways, and it's been intense. Okay, I've always said with regards to what's happening, it's like breaking the sire. One day somebody said to me, they said, "Do you know what sire is?" It's like, yes, it means father. Sire, breaking the sire, breaking the father of the pain. It's like time is the father of the pain. It's like we look at things. It's like I don't got enough time. I don't got enough time. I don't have enough time. I don't have it. I can't get this done because there's no time in the day, and there's this and that. Okay, and I understand that, but that's not all there is to it. It's like Father Time has been around for like eons. Okay, so I have a history with Father Time in many ways. Um, it's in some ways it's like can appear to be like the love hate uh, relationship when you go through a lot. Like it's like Father Time is more of in a lot of ways. It's you got to do it this way. This is the only right way. If you ever watched the show Loki, they had it was like, and I know it was Father Time because you had the one timeline and then you had the veer offs and what have you, and people were taken out the veers off. So it was like people would disappear, kind of like what we say with regards to the rapture. People just start disappearing or what have you. Pero ese secreto, siya lang yung sekreto to dia. Right now, I'm getting an energy that doesn't want me talking about this. And it's like, too bad. If you don't want me talking about it, maybe it's because it's the truth is hurting. Like Father Time, I'm going to say it, Father Time is miserable. And and a lot of us are miserable along with it because we look at it like we don't have enough time, and time is kicking the shit out of us. And I know that my relationship with Father Time goes goes back from different lifetimes, and oh well, um, my relationship goes back a long way with Father Time. Where yes, oh yeah, and there are times when it's like I get into something with someone very close to me, and I know it's a relationship that has gone on forever, and you get put in a place where you got to deal with it. And then you have others that say, well, just go away from it. You got to go away from it. It's like, no. Okay. Sometimes someone just got to stay there and stand the ground and say, hey, listen, you bitter ass man, you got to stop treating people the way you do. And it's only because they're lonely. They don't know how to love because maybe in a past life, their loved one was taken from them in one way or another. Somebody just said, "Are you making excuses for a narcissist?" Hmm. not making excuses for them, just understanding. Same as understanding an empath. I mean, you can burn my head, you can do whatever you want with your anger. It's only because you don't understand it. I'm here to tell you, like we say about narcissists and stuff like that, and we've all been one, whether it was in this lifetime or a past lifetime. And you can say, no, you haven't. Well, do you know all your lifetimes? Because obviously you're here, you're fulfilling a karma. Because if you're going through what you call torture or hell or what have you, and you're constantly blaming somebody else, it's like, no, that blame is on you. Because maybe with that spirit that you're speaking, that you're dealing with, maybe in a different lifetime or whatever, you've done it. I have these moderators or whatever. Thank you. I appreciate you and what have you, but I'm not going to come on here and tell people, oh, follow me, smash the like button, subscribe, like share my lives, because that's totally up to the people. I'm not going to beg for people to listen, because it's up to the person whether they want to listen or not. That's the same as if I go on a channel, Grand Rising, if I go on a channel, it's up to me whether I want to like it or what have you, because I'm not here. Like I said, I'm not here for likes. Some people like me, some people hate me, some people love me, some people loathe me. My channel's not for everyone. Sometimes I appear like I have multiple personalities. Well, I'm dealing with spirit, and spirit is many different things. Spirit is like Father Time, around, been around. And it's about like finding the love and enjoying the time that we have, but it's me trying to find that love for Father Time, because there are times where I get so angry, and I know that it's a spirit to a spirit, and that spirit just wants to holler out at this other spirit, I hate you. But it's because those two spirits had such a long history, and I'm pretty sure it goes right back to Father Time. Goes right back to the part of do as I say, not as I do. It's like, I am the creator and you cannot create. Well, we're all meant to create. It's like we get tired. We get angry. We get frustrated. And we jump for joy and we laugh and carry on, and it's part of life. I wrote a poem back in '99 when I was so damn confused because I had no clue what was going on with me. My poem, it was life is a challenge. It works in mysterious ways. It has its ups, downs, and sometimes just upsetting. We live life for what? To be happy, sad, or just to be known? Well, it's actually, it's all of the above, because life is actually the experience, and it's how you interpret it. It's how you experience it. We can experience it easy, or we can experience it difficult. And the one that gave me the roses, thank you. I don't watch my screen a lot because I'm more of channeling, and it's not about liking hearing myself being heard. Because it's spirit putting things out there for people. Spirit gets upset. Spirit gets frustrated. Spirit gives advice. Spirit tells you when there's danger. Spirit tells you everything. All in our choices, yes. Spirit gives you everything, and it's up to us whether or not we're going to accept that. Like, you pray for things, okay? You pray for things, and just and people will get angry with God because we say, well, why is God doing this to us? Why is God doing? God's not doing it to us. we're actually doing it to ourselves. But we always have to have that other part that got to blame somebody else because we're not getting it, because we're not seeing the signs that's being shown to us. We're not accepting the help that is being given to us. I know because I went through it. I freaking like, oh, like, did you ever have a vision where you're like, it's like you're in a dungeon, and in that dungeon, you're standing, and in front of you is what appears to be a being that is inside out, and they have this massive, like, really scary, what appears to be a dog, but not a dog. And you're seeing it. And then just the other day, there's somebody just out of the blue, as I was thinking about that, they come to me and they said about sometimes like we turn ourselves inside out to change our identity. It's the part of coming up. Bleh, bleh, it's like it's right now it's moving up and I feel like vomiting. It's like I bring forth stuff that others don't want to hear. And like I said, people may look at me and think, oh, well, you're a bitch. Well, karma's a bitch. Wrong parts of karma. So karma is going to be a bitch. It's going to say things that we don't want to hear. It's going to make us see things that we don't want to see, or make us experience something that we don't want to experience, because it's there to teach us something that we've done. Maybe not in this lifetime, or maybe it was in this lifetime, and we just kind of dismiss it because those are the parts that we don't want to look at. Excuse me one sec. Okay. For new people coming in, I'm on YouTube as Spirit to Spirit, Teachings of Going Within Self, because I go spirit to spirit. Okay, so that's why sometimes like it's like people are looking at it as if to say like, who are you talking to? Like nobody's writing anything or something like that. But it's not necessarily that it's people writing things. It's because I hear it on telepathic. And some people, they don't want to believe that, especially like when people are really into the religious aspects of it. And it's not about somebody being religious or atheist or what have you, right? Because it's not about the religion aspect of it. Because in religion, everybody's talking about spirit, but a lot don't understand it. And that's the thing. You can preach something, but do you understand it? And I didn't preach it. And now that I understand, it's not about preaching it, because everybody uses their own discernment and everybody thinks their own way. And I can't make you think one way or another, the same as you can't make somebody else think one way or another. You can try, you can bully, you can do whatever it is that you feel you have to. Even people will throw psychic attacks because of something that I've said and they don't like that I said it. But it's the part of really look at something. Don't be limited. Expand your mind and see everything from every perspective. And this is what, like, linear time is not real, but we have the perception that it is, because the past is the now and the future is the now. And it's like I had a family member tell me that one day they were at an exhibition and they told me that they could have sworn that they seen me at the age of 40, in my 40s. And I was only like my early 30s, maybe late 20s, not totally sure. Let me see. I'm going to, like I said, 111. It's like, I can be trippy. For me, it can be trippy because I'm constantly talking. It doesn't matter where I am. Be out in public. And I appear to be talking to myself, but I appear like I'm talking to myself in different languages and what have you. It's like, no, I'm talking with spirit. And it's like people would think, well, so people don't think you're crazy. Why don't you put a headset? And then people think you're talking on the phone or something. No, I don't have to do that. Why should I have to hide myself because somebody doesn't want to accept it or understand that we're not all the same and we're all here with unique abilities. And some are able to show them more than others, and some are just afraid because they're worried about what others will say. Father Time. Thank you. Oh shoot. My help, I know where. I'm not I'm not really big on there it is. Technology, because to me this is not the from where I'm actually from, the spirit that works with me for the most part. It's more of the advance, and this stuff is kind of this is old technology. The other stuff is there. It's just not put in front of us yet because some people would find it hard to comprehend because it's actually your mind that works it. And I'm not talking about getting a chip put in your body or in your head or anything like that to work it. I'm talking about your actual alpha intelligence, the alpha technology. And that's the technology of the universe. It's the technology of the energy that lies within you. And for me to tell you in English what I'm saying, it's like, your spirit that it's speaking to knows. Okay. It's not so much about understanding it as it is feeling it. There's people in here in this room, in this live right now that are not liking what I'm saying. And I'm getting that a lot of them, it's like telling people tell you, you got to go to the Bible. You got to go to the Bible. The Bible is more of a guide, a reference. It's what people experienced and witnessed, and everybody experienced things and witnessed things differently. Okay. It's not about that you have to go to a Bible or that you have to go to a church to find God or like the spirit or what have you, because you already embody that spirit. And we suppress it. Like I could holler at people right now, but it's not about hollering at people. Sometimes it comes up and it comes off like I'm hollering at you, but it's not that I'm hollering at you. It's the fact of spirit is shaking us. Like if you do read the biblical text and what have you, you find out that there are parts in there where certain people, they come in contact with the Holy Ghost, with spirit, with God, what have you, and it's like they're fighting. Okay, it's because they're fighting their own demons. That's what you say about the coming back. Okay, well, Christ is within you. It's Christ consciousness. It's more of your awareness, and you have self-awareness, and then you have spirit awareness. And I'm in this spirit consciousness awareness. And okay, so this is Spirit to Spirit Teachings of Going Within Self. Hey everyone, I am on my TikTok channel. I'm 1974 Enlightened Soul with Spirit Mother. So hey everyone, I'm Spirit Mother Tarot, what have you. And I'm here to wake people up to see how we've been treating each other and our earth. I am a unique type of spirit guide. I'm a psychic, medium, a channeler, a telepath, an empath, and working on other abilities too. They're coming forward. Thank you. I also speak and sign different languages, all of which can be very intense at times. On my channel, I talk about everyday life, the ignorance, greed, the hatred. I do it to get people to look within themselves and how we have been acting in life towards ourselves and others, including animals. Some people may not like what I have to say, whereas others may totally understand. Sometimes I may come off not a very spiritual person. However, I ask you to look within yourself, look within, and see what spirituality really means. It is the enlightenment, waking up to the truth, the good, bad, and the ugly stuff that we don't like to see about ourselves, about the world, and others. Sometimes we need a little tough love to be able to look within ourselves. I am the inner conscious spirit mother. And I had to look within myself. I had to do a lot of being by myself for like between 6 to 8 months. I spent the whole time in a camper. And I did a lot of purging, and I had like other entities or what have you coming through from other people trying to push my buttons. And at first, like sometimes I was saying, like when I got a psychic attack, it was like, okay, return to sender because everything is of time. Okay, time when your time is not real, but Father Time keeps repeating. We're going to throw you back. You can't veer off into your own creativity, to your own self. But yeah, you can. It's that old way of thinking that you got to follow this line. You got to follow this. You got to do this. You got to walk this way. You got to talk this way. You can't bear walk. If you're a bear walker and you want to fit in with people, you're not allowed. You're not allowed. You got to fit in with the norm. Well, I'm not norm. And I'm proud to say that I'm not norm. What is normal, anyways? Normal does not really exist. It's a perception. It's how others would say, well, this is how you have to be in order to fit in with society. Well, I guess if that's the way I have to be in order to fit in with society, then I guess I don't want to fit in with society because if I can't be myself and society accepts us, well, that's on them. And it's a great loss for them because we bring a lot forward. Yes, I heard that. I just heard that most channelers, like if they're channeling, sometimes they close their eyes. Well, when you're actually tapped in, you don't have to go through the what have you. And I'm just constant. And I'm proud to say that I'm constant. And if others don't accept it, then, well, like I said, you're missing out on a lot. You're looking at me like I'm just this I'm just a girl and I have nothing to offer the world because of what my past was like or what have you. It's like, how is someone supposed to get over something and move forward and thrive in life if people are constantly pointing fingers at them and saying, oh, well, this is what you did. This is what you did. It's like, hey, and I had somebody point it out. It's like, no, okay, click, click, ding, 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 bells are ringing. It's like when you're pointing at someone, right? It's like those fingers are pointing back at you. So when you're saying something about someone else, why don't you like look in the mirror and see what you're saying? It's not that I see them in the physical, but I sense where they are. Like I could be in a room and I can like kind of feel and visualize where they are. Uh, I have seen spirits, and it's trippy. Like they appear and then they disappear. When I first started going through my awakening in 22, I had an experience. It was uh, it was the day after I overdosed because I felt that the only way that I was going to get rid of this um, entity darkness that I was feeling was to take my life, but that wasn't the way. Far. And it was like 8 o'clock in the morning. I was like something to 8 in the morning. I heard, "Get up, be ready for us," and it was like that. And I just like kind of like this was it. I didn't die. I woke up to this, feel it, and I would look out my door, and there'd be people standing there, mainly men standing there, and I'd kind of back up and I'd close the door like that, and then I'd look out the people again, and then it was weird. And people on cell phones, cell phones that were sitting outside my door the whole time. So I got to the point where I could see into the people, but when I opened the door, nobody was there, and I wasn't hallucinating. So I closed the door, and I feel weird afterwards. So I did that about 5 times, and it's hilarious. The last time when I heard like a whistle. Where I had a whistle. I can't stand it. But it's like, but I found out why have you because you're actually attached to other people, and when you talk to other people, you start realizing that. So those 5 times I opened my door, I started feeling something. I was being guided to go stand in my dining room, my living room dining room, standing there. Looking at my living room, I could feel them there, but I couldn't see them on the physical plane. But when I looked at I had a mirror, and when I looked over in the mirror, I seen like three behind the speaker and two sitting on the couch, one at each end. And it was really weird because I look in the mirror and they'd be there. And uh, and I'd look over behind the speaker and I would see anything. Because when I come in the living room beforehand, I said, okay, I know you're here, so show yourself. But seeing it in the mirror, it was like I was seeing on a different. So I was actually experiencing things, physical plane that was taking place on spirit. So when I was looking, this is to tell you, you're not alone when you're experiencing things. You're actually experiencing it. Only the mental health community wants to tell you that it's a mental health. It's not. It's actually spiritual. It's a spiritual thing that you're experiencing, which is when it's not being addressed and you're not understanding what you're going through, it becomes a mental health issue. So the three that were behind the speaker, it was like two, and they appeared to be East Indian men. One was wearing a long black gown, the other one was wearing a long white gown. And then the one in the middle of them had like it was like black hair, but they were very gray in color. Their eyes were like completely, like basically completely black. I say like they may have been tribal, I'm not totally sure. Became kukuyesa. Um, and they were gray in color, and they were wearing like this tight uh, blue uniform. And then when I looked at my couch, like I said before, it was like if this being had stood up, they would have gone about 10 feet tall, maybe more, because they were gigantic, and they had long hair and long beard and what have you. And then the one at the other end, it was a really big Mongolian man, and I said it like I'm picturing it as like Cronus and Genghis Khan. Dice, Mickey no deve essere proprietario di un quarto. So I was getting that, like, you're in trouble. So I was guided to my room. And at that point, when I was guided to my room onto my bed, I was raped on that spiritual plane by those two people, those two beings. And it was like, I don't know solely what was going on, but I was fighting for my life. And a lot of people, they don't realize that. But have you ever watched the movie Sixth Sense? Okay, the little boy experiencing things, random bruises, and you don't know how you don't know how they got them or what have you, and you hear them screaming. Like the little boy in one part, they had him, and the kids locked him in this little closet, like small closet thing in the wall, and he was screaming bloody blue murder, and he'd come out with scrapes and bruises and everything all over his body. When our children, and I've said it before, like when our children are saying, and we think that they have an invisible friend, it's actually not invisible. They're seeing on the spirit plane. Okay, that's where they're seeing. They're seeing things on the spirit plane. A lot of people are seeing things that they can't explain, but they're told that you're delusional or you have psychosis or schizophrenia. I actually, like their son went on a trip. I stayed with them, and they started explaining things to me as to the doctors telling them that they were bipolar because they were working somewhere and they were seeing things on a different, like they were seeing things that others weren't seeing, and it was like things were different. But that's because you're going from one place to the other, and it may seem really strange, which it gets trippy. And when you start being able to notice that, like people say, well, everything like be light and love and light. Okay. Yes, we are love and light. But it doesn't mean that it's not about ignoring the shadows. It's facing those shadows, facing your own shadows, doing your own shadow work, doing your own, like facing the dark night of the soul. And I faced the dark night of the soul a number of times, and it freaking hurts because you're actually fighting, like you're fighting, but others aren't seeing it. You're going through things like when this happened. And I actually ended up with semen inside of me. And that was the trippy part. But when I was screaming for help for more than 2 hours, and I was actually fighting, and it was coming out of my mouth, the dark, like, it was like the darkest stuff you'd ever hear. It's fucking strong, and it's just like, what have you. And I hear people knocking on my door, and I'm screaming for help. They're knocking on my door, and I'm screaming for help, and nobody's coming in. Whether that's part of my karma or was part of my karma or something that I had to experience. And I was even like, when the person finally got when somebody come in, they finally got somebody to let them in. I said my pants were down to here, and my top was up there, and they blamed me. They said that I was doing that to myself, that I just like wanted people to see or what have you. And they will try to use other people. Okay, it's like the dopers. Some people say possession, what have you. That stuff, it is real. And yes, Jesus, Yeshua, what have you, was casting demons out. And people say, well, he was well, you know what? There are people nowadays that are doing that. They're going and they're doing that work because they embody the Christ energy. So when we do that and we start seeing time for what it is, it's breaking that sire, it's breaking the chains of it, breaking the chains from always going and looking at the past. Well, if you're looking at the past, why are you still why are you looking at it? Why do we repeat it? It's okay to sometimes see the past, but are you learning anything from it? Because if you're learning something from it, then you're changing your now. You're changing your present. And we do veer off, but we veer off for reasons because there's something that we need to experience in order to change that. Like I said, I have a big history. I had somebody tell me that Mother Earth and Father Time were having an affair, and that's the love hate. But it's like there's more than one version of you. Like when you find that version, and you sit and you talk with yourself, you talk with spirit, you start seeing things differently. Something trying to rip my guts out right now. I'm not going to throw it back at you. Because I've already had that. I've already had things in different planes, different spiritual realm, what have you, trying to rip me apart, trying to rip out my heart, trying to rip my ribs apart. I even had experience where it felt like things were biting down at my vagina. So if you want to throw your attacks at me, if you want to use your pin cushions to freaking poke me, prod me, if you want to feel like you want to rip me apart, ask yourself, is that how you feel about yourself? Is that how you're feeling right now? Like you're being torn apart? And because you feel like you're being torn apart, you want to tear everybody else apart? I feel for you. That's the part of you that's saying like there's something that's tearing me apart that I don't want to look at. I was in Winners yesterday, and as far as the spirits, like if I get talking about stuff, I can feel the spirits come in because other people will start coming in and they start crowding around you. Because that's that in some ways, when you're feeling it, it's very uncomfortable. It's the bully time. I was in Winners yesterday and I was walking around and I could feel a spirit following me. And I do say out loud what I'm experiencing. Because it's not that it's for others to hear, but it's more for that spirit, those beings, those entities, what have you, to understand that I know you're there. And I do. Yes, I feel it. I feel behind you. It's right here. I feel the expansion within my body as a lot of others do. I feel like I get it's like freaking you're laying content and what have you, and then all of a sudden your body feels like a transformer just went off inside it because you're an electrical being. And a lot of like religious people, maybe they don't like me because I'm not following the norm. I'm not going by a book. I'm going by spirit itself. And a lot of people, they experience spirit, but they don't say anything to anyone because of the fear of what they will say or think of them and say, oh, well. It's like, yourself. Don't, if you see something, you're experiencing something that you can't explain, just know that you're actually experiencing it. You're feeling it. You're seeing it. Life is an illusion. We make life the way we make it, and we have things that come into our life, but it's there to show us something, teach us something. It's there as karma. Maybe we've done it in past lives because I've had visions where, like, I know I've talked to people, and it was like before I talked to them, I had visions where, like, a kid was locked in a bedroom and there were people out hurting the mother. I've had visions where this person, a couple of people were kneeled down and there was like a lot of chaos going on, and someone standing next to them with a gun in her hand and what have you. I've seen a lot in the visions, and I understand. Like I'm seeing, like, it's not always me because I've seen, it's like I'm seeing through other people's eyes, and it's pretty trippy. But when you start to understand, then in a lot of ways it becomes normal. I may be a misfit, but I'm a misfit that loves myself and loves everybody else, whether they're misfit or class themselves as normal. It's like we say about sheep, and we say about being a lone wolf, right? And we say about a wolf in sheep's clothing. See, we're only shown certain things, but in the animal world, like, we see the survival. But see, the thing is, when you actually look at different things, those animals are actually communicating with one another. I'm not sure what you mean by 360. You're meaning the switch, the way people put the switch, then some people do it halfway, and then we go 360. We'll swing. But I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about or what happened. I've known Father Time for eons. I actually know that I was in one point I was put in the, it was put face to face. Father Time gets put in the jail cell. I'm here to help Father Time because Father Time is dying. I had a message one night when I first after today, a couple nights before I overdosed in 2020. It's pretty trippy because of the words that were said. Because there's been so much war going on between what we said, two entities and what have you. People have no idea what the real story was, what really happened in that time that everybody talks about. Sorry, but like Father Time is the one that keeps you on the phone. And has it that, you gotta do it this way, you gotta do it that way. It's like, say, that's what I said before about little kid panicking. Father Time gets bored with himself because Father Time is looking for love. Because Father Time struggles with loving himself, so he hates his own kids. Yeah. If you go back, however you refer to it, yeah, whatever, you say, I give you peace, Cronus, after your illness, It's all about, I want to be the ruler and I'm going to kill you so I can do it. Really? Seriously? Why can't everybody just do it together? That freaking pisses me off that one wants to be sure over the other. Do it together. Дискутируешь об этом secretly. So yes, all the time and the mother have been fighting. And now it's a time where it's sorting things out. Sorting things out for yourself, sorting things out over your experiences. Because if you've experienced it, then don't you can follow how you experienced it. You put shit in the sky. Well, Uranus is said to be the sky. It's like suffocation. And then we rip the earth apart, we rip the mother apart. We dig at her, gouge at her. Strip her, and it's like raping. People watch it, complain, bitch, rave about it. We don't do nothing about it. And then the ones that are in a situation where they can do something about it. Oh, well, we don't want to do that because there's no money in it. Take your fucking money and cram it up your ass if that's the way you feel about stuff. Seriously. You're putting your own fucking pocketbook before you're putting people. You should have thought. Like we wonder what's going on with the earth. It's like this and that. And we say it's this people doing it and that people doing it. Yeah. We're digging in the friggin' earth, and then you wonder why everything is shifting. Why there's so many damn floods and everything like that. It's because you're fucking digging in there. And there was really, excuse me, no reason for it the way that it's happened. Nikola Tesla, free energy. But did they? No. The ones that wanted to make money freaking basically buried him. And did you know that if you look back and you look at Tesla, they asked how he would refer to himself, and he said as Lucifer. People don't like that word because they look at Lucifer as being demonic and everything like that. If you're fucking hurting people, you're hurting that person or what have you. Seriously, do you think that they shouldn't fight back? Why don't I fight back? But the thing is, I do. But I don't fight back with throwing shit back at people anymore. I fight back with the heart, with the love, with the compassion and understanding, going up through the chakras, and the I am is down at the bottom. And I'm past the I am. I'm at the I understand. Because it's the part of knowing that, like, people are hard for a reason. You don't know what they went through in this lifetime or a previous lifetime, and others don't believe in reincarnation and or rebirth or resurrection or anything like that. But I'm here to tell you, it's all freaking real. It's all true. But it's too busy pointing and saying, "Oh well, this part did this to us, and that part did that to us. Like you've got people like I was at church last Sunday, and they were saying about another congregation that was dealing with sexual abuse within the church. Okay. Well, I'm here to tell you, it was fucking going on in your church too. Because it's not just one. It's a good thing. Yeah, spirit's getting frustrated. It's all coming up now. Jesus was not in the church. Did you ever watch stuff where Jesus was going and the church was having like all these market and stuff where all the animals were caged up and they were freaking gambling? And he went and just started destroying it and got angry. Well, I want to go to these zoos and wildlife parks and just rip the freaking cages apart. And I know that some of these animals are in there because they're unable to live in the wild. But why the frig are they bringing animals that are capable of living in the wild and that are not native to the country that it's in? You're taking out of its natural environment and you wonder why. Shit is going the way it is. We're freaking tearing down the trees. Use fucking hemp. Hemp is stronger than steel. Better than plastic. Oh, that's something that's good for the environment. That's something that's good for the environment. And, well, we can't do our talents. We can't. Do I have stuff made of plastic? Yeah, because there's no other right now. That's all. That's mostly what everything is made from. Like things were made from pottery, glass, stones, steel, the natural elements. Plastic is not a natural element. When it breaks down, it's these little pebbles, little beads. You're drinking it. It's like we keep repeating things in that sense because we're repeating it because we're not learning from it, or we're experiencing it again because there's something that it's trying to show us. Good morning. Are you like that lady who turned blue? I'm not sure what you mean, but probably if I freaking held, well, no, sometimes you hold your breath. It's like lack of oxygen. Maybe I could turn blue. We're all able to transform ourselves. That's what I said. Like this person come to me and said, like when I like started thinking about like a picture I drew, it's like it was a psychic picture. And when I was sitting here and I was thinking about it, like trying to like think of what I was seeing, and then they said about like people turn themselves inside out to turn themselves back to different transformation. It's like I just heard chameleon. Thank you. I was told it's pretty barbaric. It's hard to see. Okay. Okay. I actually wrote what each thing represents. And then there was another that I drew of the new earth, what it was going to look like. This year was like the apocalypse, seeing the truth. And if you look on there, it does the God, like the one over top of everyone, powering everybody, and then you got the giant, and it's that part. You know what it is, Rowan? They do. They look like it looks like it's inside out, and then the bird head that represents the all-seeing eye. And what show is it? Um, in the Dark, I think it was called, and it was on Prime. It had like what would have been Father Time going through time trying to change it, because it's like Father Time is trying to find love, and it's angry, and it's like ripping everything apart. So it's just a constant battle, like one wanting to be superior, and it's like it's breaking that fire. It's saying no, I'm going to break those chains. I'm not going to follow what people say is the normal just because somebody else is afraid to come out and experience something different, experience change. And when somebody says, oh, well, nothing's going to change, well, no. If you keep having that outlook, then nothing's going to change. You're just on the side of time where time's just going to keep repeating itself. So it's like helping Father Time see that love is the true reward. And because love is the true reward. And the first thing to finding real love, true love, is being able to love yourself, love spirit. Concreto, right now, I'm conversation with spirit. Like looking out, see, start looking, and you start seeing what you want for yourself. And you keep seeing it. And the people that are saying, well, you can't do that, you can't do this, it's not so much about proving it to them, it's about showing yourself that you can. Some just going to keep you down. I know I'm looking into getting help. I'm on disability. I'm looking to get help through my disability to go back to school. And they're supposed to be encouraging you to do it. But the one I'm dealing with seems to be trying to discourage me, even telling me, oh, well, everybody else had to pay for it. And you know what? I'm going to tell you, and this is my opinion, and this is how I feel about it, people shouldn't have to pay for education. And they shouldn't. But some, they'll say, oh, well, somebody's going to get paid. Yeah, well, like if you actually looked at all the money that was going into your government for this stuff and where it was actually going, to give themselves raises, seriously. I always thought that it was supposed to be the people in charge and that the government worked for the people, but it seems like right now, it seems like the people are working for the government. The people are working and using their time. Do you ever see the movie In Time? If you haven't, go watch it. The rich like to have their time. And then if you find a way to come up, they want to destroy you. Because, oh my, did you get ahead of someone else? It's not about getting ahead of someone else. It's teaching others how to get ahead themselves. Teaching others to follow their dreams, knowing that you're not what somebody says you are. You're not weak. You don't only, we're told you only use 10% of your brain. That's because the other 90% is fucking hijacked. Excuse my French. But it's true. They hijack by putting other stuff to distract you from your own hopes and dreams. And it's about bringing hope to the surface where it's not just about hope, because you can keep hope. But until you allow it to come up and you actually see what it is that you want for yourself, what it is that you want for others. Yes, a flock of birds just come out. Yesterday they told me, I got on yesterday and she said, I couldn't even stay on and watch your video. It's like, no, yeah. Sometimes the main videos aren't for everybody, but you get the hard, you get the tough, you get the laugh, you get the funny, you get the crazy. Okay? You get that. Like where I'm sitting, I have a visualization of a pond of the backyard, and right now it's sort of in chaos because we had a bunch of trees that come down, and we never got them cut out yet. It's like we need to bring community back, and community to me it means to communicate in unity. And right now everything's all scrambled, and we're constantly doing things over and over again because there's no communication skills. And I did a video yesterday or the day before about communication problems. Like you got that one person that says, "Oh well, this is the way it has to be done," and then there's no collaboration of like the other ideas of how something could be much easier. Like there's a lot of stuff that people have brought to their invention, brought to their mind's eye, and what have you, and it's there, but it's been suppressed because there's ones in power that want to keep it suppressed because to them there's no money in it. But the thing is, it's not about the money, because if you look at it as helping, then that all comes together, because change will bring happiness, change will bring better things. But it's that fear of change because other people are afraid that there's no money to be made. I'd rather have peace, love, harmony, understanding, compassion, opposed to having a wallet full of money. Because some people say money makes you happy. No, money might buy you things, money might pay your rent, stuff like that. It's not money that makes you happy. That's the illusion. It's the time that you spend with others that are on the same page, that want the same things in life. And then that one said, you think don't want the same things in life? They do, they just don't have it. That's the part of the lost souls. We've said it time and time again. Come here to find the lost angels. Black angels. Because a lot of us have been lost. Song, I was lost, but now I'm found. I went one day and people call them bugs. Homeless people right now. And if you have heart, it shouldn't matter what kind of clothes you're wearing. Like white pants on, great talking. Hug the person. Be careful, you're a stranger. Everybody, everybody needs a hug, but everybody's too busy throwing the shade on someone. You know that could be that one that you say is coming back to save you. Could be that person. You know, you say you want this person, you're waiting for this person to come back. It's already there. Comes in front of you from everybody. But the people that just want to say, hero, you need to read this to find God. We need you. Be a guide. Give reference. Find that person that you're waiting for and save you. You can't save someone if they're not willing to save themselves. They're not going to do the work. I had somebody say about like, natural healing people. You know, it was because that person had faith within themselves, knowing that they could heal themselves. But you won't look at that because you're looking at words. You're not listening to the people that are actually putting those experiences out there and telling you their experiences. You're too pointing fingers and saying, "Oh, that's a mental health issue." So obviously, if you say to someone that's a mental health issue, then obviously you're not freaking understanding what you're reading in the book. I read the Bible when I was 12, and I started going through it in 2020 because I was actually looking at things, researching, and a lot of stuff came back to Deuteronomy. I pray all the time. I might always pray in English, but I'm always talking to Spirit. Spirit is my truth. Spirit is everything. That's why I say I get some fulfilled, but I also give it to myself because when I come on here, Spirit's not just talking to others, Spirit's talking to me too. So we do a lot of talking within here to sort through things, to work with people on spirit level, because I allow myself to connect with that person so that I can feel and I can find what it is that they're suppressing, that they're keeping from themselves. Something that they can't bring up on their own because they can't see it or they can't hear it or they can't understand it. They just know that they're feeling something, but they don't know why. Time can be a good thing, but it can also be a part where you just keep repeating it. I haven't been going outside a lot for walks a lot. I love walking. I get in my body that I just want to take off. And there's times where I feel like I'm just going to lift off the bed and freaking fly away. And not in a plane either, just in my body. Oh, would I fly away if I could? Well, I'd fly somewhere, but I keep coming back because I have I can't call it a job because it's not a job. I have people they need to help find home. So I grade 8 in paralegal college, and 6 courses from university was give me 2 certificates for my leadership development presentation and negotiation and conflict resolution. I'm an overall I observe and sometimes I ignore stuff, but if I ignore it, that's when spirit comes in and says, "Hey, right up the hole. You know, can't ignore no more. You've ignored it long enough, so now you gotta deal with it." I struggle with the I'm not the same. I'm not the same as I was 15, 10, 5 years ago, 4 years more so. I've been, well, since 2019 when I collapsed on unconscious at Costco. And then a few months later, I died. My bed with me. Well, when in my bed, on my head, but I felt like everything was trying to leave. It was like a strip wall to grab me back. But that was spirit saying, okay, you gotta let go right now. Time you gotta let go. You gotta figure something out. Let go now. And I was laying on the couch and I felt my body go into shock. Well, it was going into shock for like weeks. At times trying to tell people what I was experiencing. Really listen. Things I look it over again. I forgive for that. Because it was something I had to go through for myself. And I'm lost. who I am. It was on the couch, and I could feel it. Feel myself slipping away, and it was like, you gotta let go. Gotta let go. So I was fighting down. And then as I was letting go, I could hear my son, my nephew. My nephew said to my son, wow, your mom's still sleeping. So I don't know how long I was like that. And how long I was like conscious, unconscious. And there is a way. It's like it was started off as a cluster. And it just continuously duplicated until it was like I was up with something. And that's what it is. And I said, they would not let me remember what I've seen because, you know, had I seen or remembered, I wouldn't have wanted to come back. But I came back because I have that song, it's called Hell on Heels. I could be hell or I could be heaven. And I change it. When it says about breaking a million hearts, I take and I change it to I'm going to heal me a billion hearts. Ways, because I know that as I heal, I know that others are, because we're all connected. And as you heal, you're also healing others. So that's something to be proud of. That's something to look up to, even if you don't see it happen. You're doing it. And that's what the message is. Because we're too busy listening to other people's inputs of what the message is instead of looking within yourself and seeing the message for yourself. I got there from a lot of soul searching, a lot of going within, crying, screaming, looking at things I didn't want to look at, my own anger. And then it's like those people that really just like, you know, hope they find themselves, hope they find their, I hope that they're able to look within themselves and see that you're not your trauma. You're not your PTSD. You're not a label. You are much greater and more important than what you realize. It's just people that make you feel like you're so low on yourself that it has you feeling like you're too up. You're just as worthy as anyone else. Kinukulit ang muri ay. So what are you seeing? Oh, I see many different things, but in you, I see one part. I'm not talking about with like drinking and drugs or anything like that. I'm talking about high on life, high on the energy, yourself, happiness. And it starts with pain. You scream, you scream. You cry, you cry. It's purging. If God's going to keep you, God's spirit force, you're followed by happiness. I'm not going to remove you enough. That is both masculine and feminine. That's why we come here in pairs. We come here in like carrying both masculine and feminine. It's a society that has you before the other. As they say, well, you're going to be this way if you're this sex, or you're going to be that way if you're that sex. Hey, why not share responsibility? Why not work together? Be there for one another. In the first place, it starts as being there for both sides of yourself. Just get people that women are feminine. It's like feminine is neither male or female. It's you have the feminine aspect and you have the masculine aspect. But I perceive women for the feminine energy as being I need a knight in shining armor. I'm a damsel in distress, and I'm going to look like a little girl, Miss Prissy. Well, sometimes I like dressing. I like fixing myself up. I wear jogging pants. I've gone out when I go out, fixed up and stuff like that. It's, feel judgment if others aren't fixed up and you're looking at you or you think you're better than anybody else, and that's the feeling that I experience. It's like, no, it's not about being better than one or the other. It's seeing, looking past the facade, looking past the exterior, looking past the hardness, and actually seeing right inside. Say, walk around with somebody else's shoes. It's not easy. And the part is feeling the other person, and we don't want to do that because they want to show us something that they don't want to see. But that we're afraid to see that maybe it's within us and we're feeling or experiencing the same thing. And that's what all the time is important. It's like home to father. Father needs you. Say this, wow. It's like a program. You only put so much into something before it implodes, or before it just doesn't work no more. The more you try to shove it in and shove it in, it explodes. So it's like, yeah, father's done it. Father needs your love. It's father that needs forgiveness. It's us that we're told that we have to give each other. It's father seeking forgiveness for all of his time wasted. I feel that 仕事としたらやっぱどれをやったと squeeze my head, blow my head off. I've already experienced. It's like right now I have pricklies going through my whole body. of that just being. Like you can, when that happens, you can actually feel the lightness.今どことへだせがこればりをとってね、それもしてきて、ぜかととえしょ。Yeah, it's like, meow. Feeling, feel all moving. Yeah. Kuya siya sa kana tutuita tuita yeah, yes, yes, it's it's clearing the space, it's moving the energy, it's totally trippy, man. Turbular, dude. It's like finding your inner child again. Children are teaching us something. We lose our innocence, and then we become a slave to time. Like I said, other time don't even want to be on a schedule anymore. Wants to have the fun, experience life, and just relax and be quiet. Because you're so stressed over with part of the world owes you something that you could help it over into the world. But to me, it is about, like you say, why have you forsaken me? And is that about way Jesus says, the Father has forsaken me because I did anything? It's finding the forgiveness within yourself. It's the Kotorari. Always where the heart is. The heart is a thing. The heart is the sun is the center of the universe, the center of the earth. say that you are the universe, you are the earth. So if you are the earth, if you are the universe, then the heart is the center of the universe. If you are the earth, then the heart is the center of the earth because it's the core of the earth. It's the spark, it's the fire, it's the flame. And that's what produces healing and thinking and stable love. But it's the actions that show it. Secreto, feeling pain in the heart. Secreto, maybe because some of them just get kind of intertwined because it's all the same thing, all coming at the same time. Like I said, everybody's trying to heal our ancestors. And our spirit guides are helping us. Ascended masters. Most importantly, like, it's all spirit. It's all connected. It's all energy. It's a consciousness. Christ. It's very advanced. Okay. Once again, it didn't recur before I started, and I usually do, but I'm going to leave it at that. And who came in, thank you. And whether you gifts or thank you. Not in here for gifts or followers or anything like that. I'm just in here to let you know you're not alone on the journey. When you feel like you're alone, you're not. People with goals succeed because they know where they're going. Ha! Confirmation! 時の仕事や shalom Victoria sa Asiquim. So, with that being said, I'm sending you all much love, light, many blessings, most importantly, very good health to anyone and everyone wanting, willing to receive and accept. Which all to be faithful, brave. Most importantly, be yourself, be your authentic self, be true to yourself, be true to others. When you're being authentic and being yourself, be who you are, not who somebody says you have to be or that you are. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and know that you are more powerful and you have more strength than what you can comprehend at times. I love you all. Have a great weekend. Tiskom. All right.